Hey, it's Zach with the Edible Schoolyard New Orleans again, coming to you from our summer garden full of tomatoes. Now, this beautiful tomato plant behind us started on its own a couple months ago in the middle of our blueberry bed, and we've just let it go. It's a marvelous thing full of cherries right now, and these cherry tomatoes are some of the favorites of our students, walking around the garden munching on them during class. But as soon as I see this plant, I see a host of problems that I want you to avoid as well. Tomatoes are a great summer crop, but they are a little bit finicky when it comes to our hot, humid weather in New Orleans in the summer. So today is all about how to take care of your summer tomato plants, prune them, cut them, treat them well so they grow well throughout the summer and don't become prone or as prone to some of the very common summer diseases. So this is one of our tomato plants that we just transplanted a couple of weeks ago. It's still quite small, maybe about a foot tall, and it's a great time to prune. And I know it's a great time to prune because it just started making one of its first blossoms, so it's starting to get a little bit mature, but it's at a good point where we can kind of give it a structure, so as it grows, the middle is very open, air can flow through and prevent some of those fungal diseases like blight from taking hold in those hot, humid weeks. So first thing I'm looking for is that first bloom, which is right here. Now, I am only concerned today with everything below it. So all the leaves and branches below that first bloom are going to be pruned off. We don't want those touching the soil or kind of crowding the bottom of the plants. That way air won't be able to get through and those fungal diseases will get in there and start making the plants sick. So what I'm going to do with my garden snips very carefully, I'm going to cut off both leaves and branches of our tomato plant. I'm going to do that by first protecting that bloom. That bloom will become those tomatoes. Don't want to cut that off. So I'm looking down below. My hand is over the bloom. I'm very carefully just going to snip off this bottom leaf. Snip off this bottom leaf and branch. Snip off this leaf. Still looking. My bloom is up here. Everything below that bloom can go. That one too. There we go. Now it looks a little bit naked down there. Nice straight stem, but that's just okay because as the plant grows, it'll branch out from the top on 1 and 2 different main branches. And this plant will get 4 feet tall, so a little bit of bare stem at the bottom won't hurt it at all. Actually, this will help, again, prevent those fungal diseases from taking hold. Now, as this grows, we're going to tie it to our string trellis. If you don't have a string trellis like this at your garden or at your home, grab a tomato cage. Make sure this plant is not laying on the ground. Because again, the moisture and the water on the leaves is what helps that fungal disease spread. And those leaves will turn brown and yellow and fall off. And all of a sudden, all of the leaves will turn brown and yellow and fall off. And that plant will be very, very sick. And when plants are sick, they don't make tomatoes. Here's a tomato plant that's been in the ground for almost a month. You can see way back when we pruned off all the branches and leaves off that lower stem below the first bloom to help increase airflow down there. Here is that very first bloom now with some baby green cherry tomatoes. And you can see above it 1, 2, 3 main branches on which all the other blooms and tomatoes will grow. Now notice we have removed some of the leaves in the middle, but left others. The leaves do feed that plant, so it's crucial that the plant has lots of leaves to grow. And also those leaves provide a little bit of shade on that fruit, so it doesn't get sunburned in our intense New Orleans summers. We finished our pruning for the day. We don't want to leave those leaves and branches under the tomato plants, so we're going to feed them to our worms. Here we have our worm bins, the pine straw on top to keep it nice and dry. If you scoot that back. Our lovely red wigglers doing the best job in the garden, doing the most important job, turning our food scraps into soil. So today we're going to feed our tomato branches and leaves right to the worms so they get some food and our garden stays healthy. Let's put that pine straw aside just for a second. Take some of these leaves. We're going to spread them out in that bin. Get some soil right on top of those leaves so the worms can find those leaves. turn those leaves into more soil that we can use in the garden.